Hello, this is Myra McKnight with Can We Talk? I am here in my home studio doing live Facebook with an amazing guest that's going to come to the studio today. Her name is Veronie Anderson, and she is what you call the love catalyst. Her and I are going to have a conversation tonight for you ladies at home. I hope you're sipping. I hope you're chilling. I hope you're relaxing. Kick your feet up, and we're going to have a conversation about us. I try to bring something that's relevant, that's going to benefit us, and we're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about life for women. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about health, happiness, and healing. Have we even begun to do the healing that's necessary for us to uh, continue in this journey? Whether you're married, whether you're single, whether you're divorced, whatever. If you're from 18 to 99, you've gone through some things in life, and we're going to have to learn to put those things in perspective so that we can grow from them. What are we learning? What are we learning? So before I continue, what I like to do is bring my guest on, Miss Veronie Anderson, and we're gonna get at it. We're gonna talk about it. Hello, hey,
Hi,
Miss Veronie. Hey, how are you?
I am fabulous. I'm fabulous. Thank you for having
Fabulous.
me.
I love that word, fabulous. Wow, that is exactly true. Fabulous. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation to come on. Can we talk? And I want you to tell our listening audience about you. You are the love catalyst, and I don't know what that is. So,
All right, so I am the love catalyst and the theta healer practitioner. So what I
okay,
do, yeah. So what I do is that I help women identify and release emotional blocks. Women who, in order to break negative relationship patterns, relationship pattern, and I do that through authentic healing. And I believe that to be completely healed, completely shift from breakup to love up, you got to be healed in your mind, body, and your soul. So I use the
okay,
theater healing.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. Now, Veronica, how did you get there? And
Oh,
because there's always a backstory.
oh God, how did I get there? Oh, I had my heart put through the shredder.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had my heart
yeah,
put through the shredder.
yeah,
I
yeah.
have never felt so much pain in my life. I've never felt so raw, so open, like everything on the outside was touching me. And I
Yeah.
was very sensitive to like everything, my mind and my heart and my body, everything. They were at war with each other. And
Wow.
I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that a heartbreak would actually cause somebody so much pain. So I had a
Wow.
background in psychology, so of course, I just started to just read up, and just started, then I started to like study. It started to interest me because I was like, oh, this is why this is happening to me, why
Yeah.
I can't sleep, why I can't eat, where I'm in like constant pain as soon as I wake up in the morning to when I go to bed at night. I
Mm.
lost weight, like, who, anybody want to lose weight? Broken heart.
Get your heart broke. Right, right,
Yes.
right.
So I lost weight, and I was just putting like one foot in front the other. Like I was totally and absolutely like numb, and the fact that I was willing to like even compromise who I was, because even though the person walked away from me, I was willing to take him back. And
Mm.
just to have him back into my life, I was willing to
Yeah.
like make some compromises, right? Because
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
just so painful to know that he was gone. So just to ease some of the pain, I was willing to like take him back, and
Right.
just to dishonor who I am as a woman. So
Wow. Veronica,
it
let me stop you there.
yeah.
Let me stop you there
Yeah.
because what you said was really powerful.
Hmm.
Because a lot of times that's what women do.
Yeah.
They put him out, threaten to put him out,
Hmm.
and the pain, it's almost like it's too hard to go
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And to walk through that
Hmm.
fire.
Yes.
So I'd rather just take him back
Hmm.
because then I don't have to walk through the fire of beginning to heal myself.
Yeah.
And women do that a lot, up and down, because they never get a chance to get over
Hmm.
to the healing part. Is
Yeah.
that right?
They not even the healing part, they haven't even walked through the fire, because when you
Wow.
feel, what you feel is just like the tip of the iceberg, where you feel like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I can't, live without him. And you instantly like reach out. It's like you're a drug addict. You're a drug addict. And when
Yeah.
you start to
Yeah.
have that shiver, like, oh my God, I will die, you reach back out to
Mm.
the drugs. So it's the same thing in
Woo.
when you're going through a heartbreak. You start to have that shiver. You feel like you can't live without this person, and I need this person. And even though
Right.
taking that person back dishonor who you are, right? And
Right.
even if that
Right.
person come back in your life, you're at war with your body. You're at war with your mind because
Right.
you know you're settling for less than you deserve.
Right. Right. Right.
You
Right.
take him back to
Wow.
get that edge off, to ease that pain off, and that edge
Right.
is just a few
Right.
seconds. It's just for a few seconds, or just for a few days, because you know you're not in alignment with who you are as a woman. So you're just
Right.
gonna, yeah.
Wow. And that becomes perpetual
Of
because
course,
you continue to do that
it's a cycle.
because
Yes.
he's going to leave again or he's going to do the same thing
Mhm.
again. And then you're just in this perpetual kind of
Loop,
stuff.
loop.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just looping. Your
Yeah,
emotions are
yeah.
just going up and down. So you, and I guess that takes courage to actually say, I can't do that. I got to go through this fire.
Yeah,
I
you
got to go through this process.
yeah, you definitely have to be brave and to muster up every strength that you have. And you're going to hit rock bottom, because I hit rock
Wow.
bottom. I said I
Yeah.
took my clothes off and I stand on the ground and connect with
Yes.
who I am. I got
Yeah.
naked. I got naked
Absolutely.
because you have
Absolutely.
to get naked. You have to just shred everything that you have, right? And
Wow.
just get and just get naked just to get through that fire.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And that's sometimes, I look at that. Sometimes it's called that breaking.
Hmm.
Because you can't just be cracked,
Hmm.
but you got to totally break
Yes.
down to where you're just, as you just said, you totally got naked and you become one with the earth and you ain't cute at all. You are totally not cute.
No.
Don't have
Uh,
your makeup on. Don't do none of that because when that breaking comes, you have to go through that process. And it's kind of like then there's a revelation come.
yeah.
It's that purging
Yeah.
of the process of what you have just gone through.
Yeah, there is no band-aid for it, because if you want to break the cycle, if you even want to break the cycle of generational, curse or generational habits, that's programming,
Right.
you have to go through that pain, you have to go through that fire, you have to, as I said, like shred your skin, shred everything.
Woo.
Um,
Yeah.
cut my dreadlocks off and just do everything, just shred everything. Stand on,
Yeah.
as Moses would say, stand on holy ground. So you connect back with your source, because
Yes.
you have to kind of
Yes.
discover back. You're kind of like it's like a newborn baby. You're getting to like
Right.
re-know yourself again, right?
Right.
Relearn who
Right.
you are, right? And
Absolutely.
the only way you could do that is to like connect with the God that was inside you. Because remember that you were at war with yourself when you're going through the breakup,
Right.
right?
Right.
Nothing was in sync. You weren't in synergy with your body. So now when you connect back with source and to step on the holy ground, as I would call it, or step on the
Right.
ground, because you connect back with Mother Earth, and you connect back with
Right.
God,
Right.
then you just start to get, align with yourself. Because to pull you out from this, to pull you out from that heartbreak that I had to
Right.
really connect with the source,
Yes.
really, really
Yes.
get a self discovery to know who I am,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And to go
Absolutely.
back to
Right.
my father, like on not a religious level, but on a spiritual level, to know who,
Right.
yeah, to
Right.
to learn my weakness and to like really and truly love myself.
Absolutely. And I
Yeah.
talk about that a lot with ladies about their journey.
Hmm.
And a lot of times you don't even try to connect to your journey until you've had that big old heartbreak
Hmm.
or that
Yeah.
devastating breakup or something. But you can help yourself by getting on your journey where you are to help you make better decisions and things of that nature of what you do. But let me ask you this. When a woman has not actually connected herself to source,
Hmm.
she hasn't connected herself back to the inner part of who she is. You can still get married. You can still have a relationship.
Yeah.
You can still be involved in a man and not know who you are.
Oh, definitely. Definitely so, because definitely so, and that's the reason why there is maybe a lot of breakup, because to go into a marriage, right, or to go into any relationship that you are, you first have to discover who you are, your own
Yes.
identity,
Right.
right? Because if you don't have your own identity, you will
Right.
be, you can be captured by anybody else. So first you have to go
Absolutely.
in your own identity. You have to stand up as a person, as an
Yes.
individual, because we're all
Yes. As a
spiritual
whole
beings. So you
person.
got to tap into
Absolutely.
who you are. So yeah, you could
Yes.
get married, you could have a relationship, but what I'm seeing like people doing in those marriage year stuff is that they're compromising because they don't know who they are. They don't know
Right.
their values. They don't
Absolutely.
know their
Absolutely.
mission. They don't know their boundary. So they're
Right.
compromising, right? And
Right.
every time
Right.
you compromise, you lose a part of
Mm.
who you are. It's like you're tearing, it's just a little thing is just coming off and coming off and coming off.
Mm. Wow. Wow. You know what you're saying is so powerful and it's so real. And sometimes women don't even know what's actually happening to them.
Hmm.
They think they're okay,
Hmm.
because we do the cosmetic things,
Hmm.
but the inner source of who we are
Hmm.
never gets touched until something actually happens. And do you think that too, because it attributes to a lot of the anger and frustration that women have because they have not taken the time to begin a journey of self-discovery?
Woman, we're powerful. We're powerful being,
Right,
and we're not
right,
even thought. We're not. People are not teaching us how powerful we are. They're teaching us to like
absolutely,
compromise, right? And
absolutely,
we adapt to certain situation,
yeah, yeah.
right? So we don't play ourselves when we adapt to certain situation to please people.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow, yeah. And we do that for years.
we have been for years,
Years. Years.
for
I
years.
mean, I mean, even way back before our time,
Hmm.
women have done it for years. I mean, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, they've compromised
Hmm.
and they've taken the power in which they've been given and they put it aside.
Yes, 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 yes. And because we are being taught to that we shouldn't like show our emotions, right?
Yeah,
And
right,
if for instance, if you're a black woman, you're thought to not even show. We have another layer to it because we're taught not to show our emotion because we're like angry
right.
black woman, right? So
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
so we keep all these things like pent up inside, and these
right.
and these emotions they're causing like hurt, and because the emotion
Yeah,
is have to go somewhere, and it's going inside our
absolutely.
body, and it's manifested into different stuff like the illnesses that you have in your body. So maybe if you're having digestive issues and you think
Right,
it's because you're worried about something, it's the
right.
emotion, and that's what's manifest in your body through your emotion is that you're having digestive issues,
Wow,
right? Because of
wow.
all those pent up emotions that we're having and we're not letting them out, we're not expressing them in the true form because we're either angry as black women or we've been taught from our mothers before us, and it's not their fault that
Yeah,
hey, you can't show
absolutely.
your emotion, it's your husband, it's
Right,
your boyfriend, they're always right,
right,
you shouldn't do, you should
right,
know better. So
right,
all of that,
right.
whatever. And we as
Right.
women, we keep things on the inside, we process stuff differently, so we keep things
Yes,
on the inside. So
right,
it's,
right.
yeah.
And it's been told that we suffer in silence.
Yes.
Nobody around. We can be around 5 or 10 people
Yep.
and doing a lot of things, but we're actually just we're suffering.
Yeah.
Because we can't tell our husbands, you can't tell your boyfriend, you
Hmm.
can't tell your mom because we don't think people understand,
Hmm.
and sometimes they don't really, or we don't think they want to listen. And sometimes it's just for you
Hmm.
to know you,
Yep.
and that's important because nobody can go through that journey but you. Correct?
Yeah. Yep. So sometimes we put on a hard shell, we put on like a hard exterior,
Mm,
what I call heart walls that people like build up around their heart, depends on certain
right,
things that they go through. And
right,
if, say, for instance, you're hurt, if I didn't go through this healing for
right,
myself, I would have put up like
right,
a major heart, a major
right.
wall around my heart where I would have given a name, and to how the heartbreak was so devastating, it would that wall would be titanium,
Right.
right?
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's a shell, that's a wall that I would put around me. So of course when you put that wall around you, all that emotion is behind the wall,
Mm.
So you're not
Wow.
feeling,
Wow.
you're numb.
Right, right, right. And then we're in this process of always trying to please other person
Yeah.
and never look at, and as you said, no one taught us how to work on us um to understand us and
Hmm.
ourselves. So
Hmm.
we're always trying to please the other person.
Hmm.
And we get into a habit of doing that consistently all the time. So when you're working, when the ladies come to you,
Hmm.
where are they? Are they married, or they're pretty much single, or they just had a
No,
bad
they're not married. They're single. They're dating. Maybe are they trying to go back out there? They're trying to like go back out there, but they're afraid. They're
yeah,
afraid because they're have been hurt so many times and they just don't trust themselves anymore, right?
right,
They're even though they want the love, they're afraid, right? So the thing
right,
that they mostly desire is the thing that
yeah,
they're afraid of,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And they have like a lot of emotional blocks, and the emotional block is actually sabotaging their relationship. So so what I do is that I try to break down those walls first. Plus, I
hmm
try to find out what I try to find out, is this what you really want? Because sometimes people say that they want love and they want this relationship and they don't, right?
absolutely,
Because there is a
absolutely,
fear. There's a fear there. So I
right,
try to like deal with that fear, deal with the emotional blocks, help them identify it, go through those emotional
right,
blocks and help them to discover like who they are first. And
right,
sometimes
right,
you realize that some of these things are from it's from generation. It's from stuff to do with their childhood,
right,
and it's
right,
just
right, right.
manifesting now in how they see relationship or deal with relationship, right?
Mm, yeah, right,
Hmm.
right. And this is just it's as we said, a loop. It just keeps
Hmm.
going round and round and round, and it because it is difficult to try to find who that inner woman is.
Hmm.
It does take time,
Okay.
and you can almost see why women will say, you know what, well, marriage will do it, or a
Hmm.
man will do it, or a child will do it,
Hmm.
or a career will do it. All those
Hmm.
things, yeah, they're here, but at some point, what's going to have to happen is that at some point you are going to have to deal with you.
Hmm. Because if you take away the marriage, and if you take away the career, and if you take away the children, then who are
Right,
you?
right.
Who are you? You
Yes.
got to discover
Who
like
are you?
who you are.
Yeah,
Who are you?
yeah.
What are
Who are
you
you?
here on this earth to do? What's your life
Right,
purpose? What do you want to achieve? So
right.
who are
Absolutely.
right? Right.
And a lot of times, I think I run into women where they've had situations of men infidelity and
Hmm.
cheating thing and the breakup and the makeup and he's telling her all those things and it's not everybody, but every woman has had her heart broken.
Hmm.
And I believe that you learn from your experiences, and if you don't handle it
Hmm.
properly, then you're going to be that angry black woman.
Oh,
You're going to be that.
oh, definitely. I mean, the Earth, this universe is a
Right.
university, is a college. We come here to
Yeah, it
like
is.
learn,
Yeah, yeah, it
and
is.
people come into our life for either to heal, or to love. So there is a reason
Yeah,
why. So maybe that first breakup, maybe that first boyfriend who cheated on us is just for us to like learn some lessons so we could go to
absolutely,
the other level.
absolutely.
But if we don't learn those lessons, we're going to like keep repeating it. And it's like, you're driving, for example, if you're driving a car, say a
Right,
Hyundai, and you discover after you drive it for whatever, you discover like, you know what, I didn't like the seat, I didn't
yeah,
like the door,
right,
I didn't like
right,
this. So the next time
right,
you're going to buy a car, you know what you didn't like
right.
from the Hyundai, so you
Absolutely,
level up a little bit. You level up,
absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
And that's why I tell women, you don't date. This thing about you date to marry.
Hmm.
I don't believe that. I
Hmm.
think you date to know who not to marry
Yes.
because you have to get out there.
Hmm.
You have to begin to start the process at some point.
Hmm.
Once you discovered who you are, you know what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah.
You're going to have some obstacles, and no
Hmm.
man is perfect, or no
Yep.
woman is
It's
perfect.
perfect. Yeah.
But at least you know the deal breakers in
Hmm.
your life
Yep.
and you won't let them continue to keep coming in and then you say you give ultimatums for a deal breaker and you're constantly looping over and over and over again.
But you can't give ultimatum for a deal breaker if you're not going to follow through.
If you're not gonna follow through, right?
You
And that's what I said. Like, don't give ultimatums if you're not going to follow through.
Yep.
And you know, some women think that you can say a few things, you can get mad, but you know, I think silence is a part of you where you have to go within yourself and ask yourself those questions that are most important for you.
Oh,
But we're not
definitely.
taught to do that.
And you know, most women, they say stuff, you know, as you know, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and you know that we
Yeah,
say stuff with our, you know, conscious mind, but at the end of the day, the person behind the wheel is the subconscious mind who is making all the
absolutely.
decision. So even though we say
Absolutely.
stuff with our mouth, we
Mm-hmm,
react
mm-hmm.
totally different with our subconscious mind. So a
Right.
lot of a woman who said, hey, I'm not going to do this again, I'm not going to take you back if you're being unfaithful. Yeah, you say it
Mm,
with your mouth,
yeah,
but
your action. He's back.
yes, he's back. You know, he's back.
Your
And
actions don't line up.
yeah.
And you know what? I don't think that the women that do that, they're not, you know, they're just stuck. They're wanting to not take him back. They're
Mhm.
wanting to not, and you know, that's where that opportunity comes in, where you sit back and you start to talk to you.
Mhm.
That me, myself, and I kind of thing. Why am I taking him back?
Mhm.
Why am I allowing him to continue to do that? Why am I, you know, ask yourself those questions, not your girlfriend,
Mhm.
you know, not your, not all these other people, but go in and ask you, why am I doing this to me?
Yeah, because what will happen too is we've been programmed from we were younger. Maybe we see
Hmm.
our mother take back our treating fathers. Maybe we
Wow.
see our auntie take back their treating husband. We see
Yeah.
it, so it's programmed. Even though we think that we weren't listening as a kid, we see it, and it's
Right.
programmed into your mind. And if you see it over and over and over again, it's programmed
Right.
all the way down to your subconscious. So even though you know it's wrong and you say you're not going to do it, just because it's been programmed in your subconscious mind,
Right.
you're
Right.
going to do it.
You're gonna do it. Do
You're going
you
to do
think
it.
do you think, Veronie, that maybe women just they know that he's gonna do it again. They know that they want to believe,
Hmm.
but that inner part of them tells them he ain't gonna do it again.
You know
It's
why?
not. Why
Be-
is that?
because I heard women said, it's a man is going to cheat. That's what they do.
Mm-mm. No, yeah, I
And
know. That's what they say.
yeah, and they believe it. they
Yeah,
they believe it. So they're like, it's a man, he loved me, but it's a man. That's what man do, man's cheat. So they're going to
yeah.
take him back.
So they're gonna take him back because that's
Hmm.
what he did,
Yeah.
and they believe that.
They
So
believe
that
it.
means
They
that
believe.
that means that you're believing something contrary that goes against you, and it's okay
Hmm.
because that's what they do. But
Yep.
that's not real and that's not true. And I think that that's why we have what we have now because
Hmm.
you have so many women that think, oh, it's a good old boys, and oh, that's
Hmm.
what men do, and oh, it's okay. But it's not okay because what they're doing is against you.
Hmm.
And anything that goes against you, you need to stop. You need to,
Yeah.
it should cause you some pause
Yep.
in your life.
So that's
Definitely.
why, people ask me if I'm the love coach, and I said no, I'm the love catalyst. Because
Yeah.
it's not like I'm trying to like fix anybody up or trying to make anybody date. It's about the inner love in you, and when you love
Yeah.
you, and when you are single. And when I talk about loving you, I'm not talking about going out there and get your makeup done, get
Right.
your hair done, pamper yourself and
Right.
whatever. I'm talking about
Right.
loving you like having self-confidence, loving you like
Absolutely.
having self-respect, loving you
Um,
like having self-esteem, loving you like
yeah.
knowing your self-worth, loving you like
Yeah.
knowing your self-value, loving you like have self-respect, loving you like being
Right.
self-motivated, loving you
Right.
like being self-assured. Those are the kind of loving you I mean. So
Right.
when you love
Right.
yourself to those capacity, then you attract those person,
You do. You do.
because you
Yeah.
can't have self-love without self-confidence.
Absolutely.
You can't
And
have self-love.
confidence is needed. True, true. Men love confidence,
Yes.
and I was a lady that had said something before about her guy was paying all her bills, and they were all together and they were just having a good time, and she quit her job. And I'm thinking, no, that's not what you should do at all. Because quitting your job and him paying the bills is not for you, it's actually for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a deficit that he has.
Mm-hmm.
And because relationships changes so much,
Oh God.
he can say, I'm done,
Mm-hmm.
I'm through, I don't like this anymore. And you lost your dignity,
Mm-hmm.
your respect, the opportunity for advancement in careers and things like that, because we put, and I always say women have to stand up in their own heels. We put too much validation in what men are going to do for you instead of putting that validation within yourself.
Oh, definitely. Woman, it's as I said, and I believe this, that you should be your own person, right? You should
Absolutely.
stand. You should be. And I tell people that you should be single. And when I say single, I don't mean stand up in your singleness. I don't mean, oh, I don't have any boyfriend, I'm single. That's not what I
Yes.
mean.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
should have a strong foundation. You should know
Yeah.
who you
Yeah.
are as an individual. Know your
Absolutely.
strength and your weakness, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean.
Absolutely. And I think, do you think this? I think that men do that.
Hmm.
Men stand up in their singleness
Hmm.
24/7.
Oh God,
They
yes.
do that. You know, they have always done that. They've always aspired to, work and have a job, and whatever they say they're going to do, they're going to do.
Yeah.
We're the ones that kind of break rank and want to move over to that side and forget about those things that we have to do for ourselves. Because the
Ma-
mindset of men is always them doing better for them. And then we feel, well, some women feel bad because they want to do something good for themselves and they feel guilty about that.
I know, and that's I think we were programmed that way. Like, hey, we like, and I'm not
Yeah,
saying that we don't need a man. We do need men in our life, and there's a
right,
reason we
right,
need men
right,
in our life. Symbiotic relationship between both of us. But I think man was thought to like, be alone, be hunt, be strong, be that stuff. And when woman is
right.
thought like, oh, you gotta be meek, you gotta be this, and there is a way for you.
Soft and
Yes, there
yeah,
is a way for you to be a strong woman, right? Stand up in who you
right.
are and still be feminine.
Yeah, yeah.
Still,
You can be.
yes, yes,
Definitely,
yeah. Still be feminine
definitely.
and
Yeah,
stand up in your woman power, because there is nothing as powerful as a woman, because we're a
absolutely.
creator, we're an incubator,
Yes,
we
yes,
are a life
yes,
giver. And I just want women to know
absolutely.
that, like, hey, you give life to stuff. When you touch
Absolutely,
stuff
absolutely.
you're a multiplier, girl.
Absolutely, absolutely, all the time. And
Yes.
it's a constant thing with women, and this is constant what they do all the time. But and then go back to what you said, we don't, as women, don't give themselves enough credit for what they
No.
do.
No.
And I tell ladies that don't expect a pat on the back from other people. You have to be able to pat yourself on the back for your greatness and your
Mhm.
goodness, and the things you've done and the multitasking you're able to do and how you're able to go from A to Z. Sometimes you can be all day doing something, and your husband or your boyfriend or your children, they don't have the slightest idea how full your day was and how
Yeah.
you were able to complete all the tasks that nobody else knows about.
Mhm.
Period.
I mean, it has to do with like self assurance.
Yeah,
Self assured. You're self assured. You don't need somebody to, as you said, you don't need somebody to pat you on your back. You don't need somebody to tell you that this do good, and you're not doing it for praise. You're doing it
absolutely.
because, yeah,
Absolutely.
you're doing it because that's what you
Absolutely.
want to do. You're doing it because it's the betterment of whatever you're trying to achieve. You're doing it because you're
Absolutely.
motivated. You're doing it because you want to contribute back to society. You're doing it for you,
For you.
right? And you got to do it from an internal
Absolutely.
aspect. You shouldn't do it because of an earth external factor. You're doing it because of the
Absolutely.
internal factor, right? Not an external.
Absolutely.
And if you're doing it for an external factor, you're going to be let down. And I think that's
You
what
really.
caused, a lot of like heartbreaks and a break heart. And I
Yeah.
didn't really after I have my broken heart, I realized like a couple stuff. It's not like
maybe I didn't see the signs, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's not that maybe he didn't communicate them to me, but that's not what I
Right.
wanted to see,
Right.
right? That's
Absolutely.
so my
Yeah.
heart was broken because what I was expecting isn't what I got.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The
Because I had this,
disappointment.
yes, because I had this picture and everything in my head. So my heart was broken
Right.
because I didn't get my dreams and everything that I had
Right. Right.
in
And those
pictures.
dreams just came tumbling
Yes,
down. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Because there are flags,
Hmm.
and the deal breakers are probably on date one.
Hmm.
You know, on date one, you see the deal breakers, you see the flags,
Yeah.
but as you said, you know, a lot of times you just don't want to know that they're there, or you think that you can change them on the other person,
Yep.
and that's not what you can't change the other person at all. Never.
Mm-mm.
They have to want to do those things with you and for you, and when they don't,
Yep.
then that should tell you something right then
Hmm.
at
You
that
know,
point. So
one of the exercise that I do with women, if I said, close your eyes, just imagine
mhm.
your first date as a movie screen. Just close your eyes and just walk
Yeah,
me through the date. Walk me through
yeah,
everything. And when they
yeah,
close their eyes and they look, they're seeing themselves. They're like on the outside looking in. They could pick
yeah.
up every red flag that they weren't able to pick up on the. Or they see it. They see it with their eyes, but they
They
make some
see it.
form of excuse or some form of
Yeah,
justification for that.
yeah.
You know.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's a journey, and it takes time.
Hmm.
If women, if you think that you can go through this journey and you'll be done in 30 days, or you've been done in 90 days, no, you have to be prepared to go until the self inside of you says, okay, you're free
Hmm.
to walk out there now.
Yeah.
You're
It's a
free to
process.
go. It's a process.
Yeah.
And it's
If,
not until, and then you're going to be tricked during the process,
mhm.
because as you go through the process, Veronie, there's going to be some men that's going to stop you and say, hey, you know what? But you have to be conscious enough to realize that no, 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 I'm on my journey. I'm not going there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get caught again.
Yeah. Because one thing you have to do, you have to know your weakness. So once you're
Yeah.
aware of your weakness, you learn to like manage it.
Right, right, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
part you were talking about. You need to know how to navigate that
Hmm.
for sure.
You need to.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
what I see what's going on now is that I see a lot of women, they're dating and they're dating because they're lonely. Well,
Yeah.
personally, I can't understand when people say they're lonely anyway, because I'm also always there's so much stuff to do. So I don't get that, and I love spending time by myself. That's just a
I
side
don't have
note.
time to be
That's just
lonely.
that's just me like put it on. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm never lonely, but all right. But they're like, oh, I'm lonely, and I'm like that. You shouldn't date if you're lonely.
Yeah, you're right. That's good.
You
No, you
shouldn't.
should not.
You should not
If you're
date if you're
lonely, you
lonely.
should not be dating.
It's
Yeah,
like
you
having a
set yourself.
it's like having a cat and putting the butter in front the cat thing and think the cat is not going to lick. You shouldn't date if you're lonely,
No, you shouldn't. You're
because
absolutely correct.
you're not going to make
Yeah,
a conscious decision. You're not going to think
absolutely, absolutely,
rationally. You're going to see some
absolutely.
body with some cute smile and some sexy
Yes,
body
yeah.
and
And here
whatever
you
that
go.
you like, and you're going to be like, ah,
And you caught up again. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. And I don't know, but you know what? And that's a good sign, because my husband was just telling me about I shouldn't go. You shouldn't go to the store if you're hungry. That's about the
nope,
same thing. You got a whole lot more at the store if you're hungry than you would if you're not hungry.
yes.
And you're absolutely correct. If you are dating, why date when you're lonely? When you,
Mm,
because I hear people say, "I'm looking for a man. I'm looking." Like you're looking, and when you look, a lot of times, if you don't know who you are, you're going to attract the wrong thing. It's gonna start out being nice
yep.
and feel good,
Hmm.
and it might feel good for a while, and then you run into those and the red flags and the yellow flags.
Yep. Because when you're looking, you're hungry.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
hungry,
You're
you're
needy.
desperate, and
Yeah,
you're going to make
yeah,
desperate decision. I mean,
yeah,
if you're ready for a partner, you're going to if you're ready for a partner, because you could be a single woman and you're like, you know what, I think I'm ready to
yeah,
find love. right? You
Yeah,
work on yourself and you say you're ready to find love, right? But you don't go there and look, but you don't stay into the house and think somebody's going to find you. You go out and
that's true.
enjoy yourself. Go
That's
out
true.
and do stuff. Go out and still live. And then
That's true.
that you will put
Yeah,
yourself into circumstances where you will find your partner, or your partner will, or
absolutely.
where you will attract your partner. But you
Yeah,
still
yeah.
go and look. Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself. You don't go looking for a husband.
No, no, no.
You don't go and give him 40 questions, do or die,
Yeah.
and if you can't do this, then, we might as well not talk. You can't go in and flush out all your business to him and you want to build a relationship. I you tell him who you are and what you got and what you're doing, and if you don't want to marry, then we can end this conversation. That is bizarre.
It's those all or nothing women, and it's those women, they're the all or nothing woman. They're actually hurting inside.
Yes,
they
they are.
they are
Yes,
hurting
yes,
inside, right?
yes,
They have been,
yes,
they were nice loving women, right? And
yes,
they got hurt.
yeah,
They got
yeah,
hurt so bad, so now they have this wall up, right?
yeah,
And they meet
right.
a guy and they said, look, I want to get married, I want to have kids, and if you're not ready, just let me know,
Yeah.
and that's done. You could just go,
And
because
they're
this is what.
done.
Yeah.
They didn't even take the time to experience, to enjoy, to just just be.
No, it's the all or nothing woman. They go from one extreme to the
One extreme to the
next.
other.
Yeah,
And,
one extreme
and
to
the guy is looking at him and looking at her is probably like, I want to get rid of you fast anyway.
yes, because they're
You
thinking that
know,
you're crazy.
you're crazy. It's just mad. It's just mad. But Veronie, I tell you, you are amazing. Now I know what a love catalyst is
Yeah.
for sure. Man, we have your information. It's scrolling across the top here, but give it to us, your links and things of that nature, how they can get in contact with you.
Well, definitely, you could find me at veronieanderson.com, and on Facebook as Love Catalyst Veronie Anderson, and the same thing
Mhm.
as Instagram, Veronie, Love Catalyst _ Veronie Anderson.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
What would be something that you would want our ladies to kind of as a takeaway for
As a
today?
takeaway,
And just all women, doesn't matter if you're married or if you're single, just all women. What would be a takeaway for them, Veronica?
um, two things.
Okay.
You don't get what you say you want, you get who you are,
Mm. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And the
yeah.
next thing is just to be, your words are seeds. Your
True,
words are seeds. So
true,
be careful of what you're speaking out of your mouth, because you're
true.
speaking it into your life.
True, true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, Veronie, I tell you, it's been amazing, insightful,
Hmm.
and practical at the same time. And it's room for all of us in
Hmm.
what we do in helping women to be better, that they're able to see it from a different perspective.
Oh.
And I just believe that, understanding who you are
Hmm.
takes you to that point where you talked about the mother, the mother earth, the mother, the internal part of who you are.
Hmm.
And a lot of women have come and gone and never found them. And I think this is a season where I'm hoping that more women will realize how important it is to find them,
Hmm.
even if it's just sitting in the room and being still
Hmm.
for a moment
Hmm.
and asking those questions and realizing that you won't get through this process without tears.
Oh
Because,
God, no.
no, you won't, because that's the healing process.
Yeah.
And you won't, and there's a lot of tears. And uh, you won't get through it without a tear. And I tell ladies, when you once you stop crying about the situation, and you've gone through your process, and you stop crying, and that's when the healing, you can begin to, that beautiness begins to open up,
Hmm.
because you're no more, it's not stuck inside of
Hmm.
this is festering
Yeah.
on a continual basis. But crying is going to be a part of it. Tears are going to be a part of it. Disappointment is a part of it. You know, but you have to do it for yourself,
Oh,
for sure.
definitely. It's not gonna be pretty.
No, it's not gonna be pretty. Don't put the lashes on or the makeup or nothing. No earrings needed.
Yeah,
No, nothing. No, no perfume, no
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Just
It's that. It's
totally raw of who you are. Take it all off
yep.
and let it all come out. And
Let it go.
that is, I mean, been there, done that. And, in the midst of all of that, you just, it's kind of like you just climbed on top of a
Mhm,
mountain and now you have been released from that
mhm. Yeah.
because the feeling of just letting go of all those things. And one thing I want to say is, I think when women go on that discovery, you'll find things that you didn't think bothered you that does bother
Oh God, yes. You know,
you. You think it's about this man, maybe, and you find out that might be just a small smidget of what's going on.
oh my God, yes.
You
Because
got some other backpacks full of stuff, from the time you were 3, 5,
mm,
7,
mm,
10, 12, 15. The life events of any human being
mm.
is stored. It ain't gone because the 3-year-old is still there.
Yep.
The 5-year-old is still there. It's just stuff that's stored and it has to come out.
Oh God,
Those
yeah.
unpleasant experiences have to come out.
Hmm.
And the beauty about it, you'll survive it.
Hmm.
You will.
Yep.
You'll be able to survive it. It's just knowing that it's not a cute process. That's all.
Yeah, we're resilient more than we know,
Absolutely.
we're resilient, and different aspect of our life like affect us, the social aspect, because
Right.
you could having some issue with your relationship, and it could be just because you were bullied in school.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can remember and you think about it again. Why did that come into my space right now?
Hmm.
But then you begin to realize those things, and then you begin to learn from them.
Hmm.
They were there, they happened. What can I learn from this right here to make me a better person going forward in my life?
Oh, definitely. All experiences. I mean, there is no mistakes in life. We think that there is
Right,
mistake, but there is no mistake. That's
right,
our design destiny that we're, should learn. And there's a lesson that was
right,
is in it for us to learn. We just have to
right.
take the time to just see that lesson. But at
Absolutely.
the time we don't. And with earlier, I didn't really recognize that. But after getting like real serious in my spiritual, teaching and stuff like that, or spiritual
Mhm.
healing, I realized that, what, there was a reason why that happened. And maybe you're
There was
not
a
going to
reason.
see today, but
Yeah.
10 years down the line or whatever, you're like, oh my God, that happened
Yes.
for maybe me to be at this
Absolutely.
place where I am right now.
Absolutely.
But
Right, absolutely. And to be able to tell somebody else about it because they'll be thinking the same thing. And you're like, I had it and I got over it.
mhm,
And this is where I stand now in my
yeah,
own heel.
yeah.
And that's a big deal. Well, Ronnie, I appreciate you coming into the studio, just enlightening us with your power that you have. And it's a blessing for me. And I know it's a blessing for our women out here in the audience to be able to hear a different perspective. And that's what I kind of like to bring something different
Mhm.
because we're doing the same thing and if we're not getting results, we got to shift it and do something different that's going to
Oh,
benefit
definitely.
us as a whole human being,
Mhm.
not just a mother or sister or niece or aunt or daughter, but as a human, as a woman, totally of who we are. So I wish many blessings upon you. And we got your information. The ladies have your information, and we want you to come back. I want you to come back as you continue to grow and help women all across the world and being the love catalyst. And I'm going to keep that word going. And that healing process because
Yeah.
I'm saying, where do we go from here? We got to get somewhere
Oh,
because we're not getting anywhere. We need to get somewhere. And healing is a very, very intricate process and part of
oh,
that, for sure, for sure. So, blessings to you, Madam Veronie, and we will talk to you soon. And thank you for being on Can We Talk today.
my pleasure. And
My
thank
pleasure
you.
as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Wow. that was enlightening, that was powerful, she went into something a little bit deeper, um, into where you kind of commune with the earth and with Mother Earth of who you are. And ladies, doing that it's an amazing thing. Um, we have to do things differently. Men don't do it the way we do it, and they never will. But because of our emotions and our tears fall to the ground. And and the ground in which we go back to is a ground in which is going to give us that power to move to the next level. Your life should not always be about getting a partner or getting married or having children. You first need to know who you are and where you stand. And that's a very important and integral part of our life. So this is Myra McKnight with Can We Talk? We appreciate you being a part of us. We appreciate you coming on Source Nation Network to learn some of the things that we're learning to pass on to you. So this is Myra McKnight with Can We Talk? Have an amazing week. And I will see you same time next week. Bye-bye.
Hi, beautiful people in Facebook land. How are you? I am back from vacation and it's nice to be here. You guys all know who I am. I am Veronie Anderson, the Love Catalyst and the Theta Healer Practitioner. And what I do is that I help women identify and release emotional blocks in order to break continuous relationship pattern that was causing hurt in their relationship. Right? And I do that by authentic healing method, because I believe that true healing is when you are able to completely shift from breakup to love up in your mind, your body, your heart, and your soul. So this evening, my topic is how I use color to help me heal from my breakup. Right? I know we all ignore colors and we don't think that they have any meaning, but color have meaning, like everything in life. Everything in life have a purpose, right? And color have a purpose. And what does color do? Color evokes certain emotions in people. So when you see color, you feel a different way. And it could be a little bit subjective, because maybe how I feel about red is not the same way you feel about red, depends on which part of the country you are from. But I know that when I was going through my breakup, I used color to help me, to uplift me, because as you know, breakup is hard, and when you're going through it, right, all you feel like you want to do, you want to just hide in your bed. You just want to wear baggy pants. You just want to cover your head and you want to hide under the sheet, and you want to turn off the lights, and you just don't want to do nothing. You don't want to breathe. You don't want to see anybody, and you wish you wear dark colors and gray colors and brown, because maybe at that time your self-esteem is low and you feel unattractive, when you just want to like hide from the world. But that is the worst thing that you could do. Of course, you need a time to like heal a little bit, where you grieve and you feel the sadness that you're feeling. But the colors that you're wearing, right, they send out certain vibration and they send out certain energy. So when you're feeling down, hi Julius, thank you for joining me. When you're feeling down, and if you wear black and if you wear gray, it just totally puts you in a more depressed mood. And I know, even though you're suffering through a breakup, you don't want to feel that pain continuously, right? So you want to do everything in your powers to like uplift your mood and your emotion. And as I said, certain colors, when you look at certain colors, it evoke certain feelings, certain sensation in your body. So this is how I'm going to give you some information here, how I use certain colors to evoke certain emotion and to help me get over my breakup fast, right? Or a little bit faster. So of course, yellow is, it represents the sun and it represents energy. So I know people want to stay out there and they just don't want any light and they want to just be in the dark, but a bad thing. So if you could put yellow in your environment, wear yellow clothes because it just brightens you up, right? Or if you could just go in the sunshine, the sun will give you more energy, because that's what yellow do. It kind of give you a little bit more energy, right? The next color I want to talk about is, thank you for watching me, Julius. The next color I want to talk about is red, because on the days when I feel like I just couldn't make it, right, I put on red, or I buy myself a red rose and I focus on that red rose, right? I focus on that color because I needed the energy, because red give off certain energy, right? So I needed the energy, and it give you a sense of inner warmth, right? And it give you confidence, and it give me it was strength. It give me strength, and it give me courage. It symbolizes strength and courage when I look at it, right? And it also gave me determination to say, hey, I could make this. I could do one day at a time. I could make it one more day at a time. I could make it one more day at a time. And it just gave me the willpower to say, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, even though I feel like some days that I wasn't going to make it, or this pain was just so unreal. That red, when I focus on that red, it gave me that willpower to say, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. So that's the feeling that red evoked in me when I was looking at it. Blue, right? The next color is blue. Blue symbolizes faith, and it symbolizes trust, because as you know, it depends on the breaky or the breaker. Who are you in the relationship, right? But either way, everybody still feel some sort of pain, because if you were with that person and you were detaching, don't care if you were the breaky or the breaker, everybody's going to feel some form of emotional hurt. But I guess the person who get dumped is the one who feel more pain. So faith, blue, it symbolizes faith and trust. And in that sense, it symbolizes, hey, I got to trust this process. There's a reason why this breakup happened. There's a reason why the universe had this happen. And I'm looking up in the sky for the universe. But there's a reason why this is happening. So I have to trust this process, and I got to trust the universe. I got to trust God, that he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He knows the reason why we made that person part at this time. So I needed, when I look at blue, the sky, and I look at the ocean, it gives me that sense of trust and that faith that I have to trust God and trust the universe, that everything is in the right flow, and everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen. And also the blue gave me a sense of calm, and it gave me a sense of peace, just like the ocean. When you look at the ocean is beautiful. It gives you a sense of calm, and it gives me a sense of inner peace. So that's the feeling that blue evoked for me at that time, and to help me get through breakup. Turquoise, you know, a lot of people wear it on necklaces, and you wear it on your wrists. Necklaces, wrists, whatever you choose, or color, turquoise color, but it's pure, and it's healing. And you're going through a breakup, and you need to heal, because your heart is wide open. Everything is wide open. You just feel like everything is just touching you more, because you're so sensitive. Your heart is pull apart, right? Open for more love to come in. So your heart is wide open, right? And you're raw. Everything touches you. Thank you. Everything touches you. So turquoise is calming, and it's healing, right? And at that time, it also helps you to uplift your mood. It helps you to uplift your mood and just give you that joy and that inner peace, that you could, that joy and that inner peace, because at that time, you need that joy and that inner peace. You need even a little ounce of joy and inner peace, so you could just feel better for the day. Because when you're going through a breakup, your mind is not yours. Your mind is all over the place. You're like it's like a movie, because you're rewinding everything that happened with you and that person. You're rewinding it footage by footage, and you're dissecting it to see, you're editing it to see what you could have done, and you're replaying every scene in your mind. So it's not yours. So you definitely need some inner peace, and that's what turquoise does for you. It kind of evoke that inner peace that you need, right? Purple, inspiration. That's in a piece too. I'm sorry. I guess I jumped to my example too early. But purple, inspiration, because you need that inspiration to say, hey, you can make it just like everybody else. You could make it. And it gives you that inner peace. And purple, you could, purple lipstick, purple earring, just purple color here. Purple color here, but it's a form of inner strength, because you need the inner strength to know that, hey, you could make it, you'll make it, and you're not the only woman, or you're the only man who have ever been through a breakup, and you will make it, and you will see the light of the day, right? Pink is the color of the heart. It's the color of the heart, and it's unconditional love. It's unconditional love. So pink, I wear pink, and when I was going through my breakup, I actually went out and buy a pink sheet. I went out and I looked for a pink sheet, and I had that pink sheet on my bed. And as soon as I didn't buy two, I buy one. So as soon as I take it off, I wash it and put it back on my bed, because it was unconditional love from me. I need to have unconditional love for myself, because when you're going through a breakup, all you think about is the next person, but you can't, you got to take your mind out of that person business and put it back into on yourself. So I needed unconditional love for me because I was hurting, right? So I needed not to blame myself for what happened. I needed not to think that I wasn't the best that I could be, or I did not to think I didn't need to be like, could I, should I, you know, all the excuses that we do when we're going through a breakup, right? So pink was just unconditional love for me, right? And it also, it was tenderness, it was self-love, it was tenderness, and it was caring, and it was compassion for me and the gentleness for me, right? And it also promotes like self-esteem. It promotes self-esteem because don't care who you are, don't care who you are, when you go through a breakup, your self-esteem goes down at least a notch. It goes down at least a notch. Unless you were a cold, hard bastard, then I guess you don't have any self-esteem, or it didn't affect you, but your self-esteem go down a notch. So what pink does, pink kind of uplift that emotion, make you feel a little bit better. One of the things that I do when I'm working with my clients and they're trying to manifest love in their life, I ask them to get pink all around their surrounding, because pink also attract love. Pink also attract love in your life. So if you want to attract love in your life, get a lot of pink, pink flowers, pink sheet, pink underwear, pink, just pink all around, right? Because it's a hard color and it attracts loves in your life. The next one is, it was orange. You know, I love orange. I wear orange all the time because when I wear orange or purple, I get a lot of compliment from people. And that's one of the things you should realize too, when you're actually going through that breakup and somebody say to you, hey, I love that color because it looks good on you. You're going to feel better. It's going to uplift your spirit. You're going to raise your vibration. You're going to put a smile on your face. And for that one moment, and maybe you could take it through the whole entire day, because if you were feeling like you're not sexy anymore, if you're feeling like maybe nobody loves you anymore, if somebody give you a compliment and say, hey, you look, that color really looks good on you, you look beautiful, you're going to feel great. And it's going to uplift your day and it's going to make you feel happy. So that's what happened to me when I wear like orange. I get a lot of color in people, maybe because it fits my warm skin tone, but I get a lot of compliment from people about orange. So it's does something to you. Orange, it radiates warmth and happiness. So when I wear orange, I just feel totally happy, totally relaxed, totally happy, totally radiant, because that color, the color, everything vibrates. So color have their own vibration. So when I said everything vibrate, I mean everything vibrate. Even me and you right now, we're vibrating because everything is energy. So color also have their own frequency that they vibrate on. So when I put on orange, I just feel better. I just feel good. Whatever color I put on, it just bright color. It do something to me. So I wanted to share that with you tonight, how color helped me to heal my breakup. If you want to find out more information about it and how I do, please, you could reach me in my inbox, right? Or I could put my link. Hey, lady, I could put my link below where you could book a session with me. But I just want to share with you tonight how I use color to heal me, to help me heal from breakup. All right, right? Bye, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.